Alright, doing a little run-up video on this 97 batteryless EFI ZR580. Overall pretty clean sled. I mean, there's really no cracks in the hood. There are some hairlines there. There is a smaller crack in the normal spot right there. But other than that, I mean, the decals are still there. Skis are good, has Fox in the front, Fox in the back. All the shocks are working, amazingly. Track's in good shape. Just a stock one, has some studs on it. I mean, it was a running and driving sled. It still is. But previous owner lent it to someone and they twisted tunnel. So there's not much fixing that. I mean, it's twisted. The hood doesn't even line up anymore or anything. Everything is good. It didn't really wreck anything other than the tunnel itself, but not worth fixing it. It's got pretty clean, I'd say. Better than most. Not as good as some. Didn't check chain case oil, but batteryless works good. It's got the primary clutch. I can't tell if it's just clutched for higher RPM engagement or if it's just worn out. But I think it engages right around like 47. I know some people do clutch them for 5, but I don't know. Didn't get the whole backstory on it, other than the reason it was tweaked. It's got the decent foam yet and everything on the inside of the hood. Looks pretty good. It's got 4,500 miles, I think. Brakes work, all that stuff. Lights work. Oh, I mean, that's pretty much it. I guess I can start it here. Idle's pretty low at like 1,000. A little boggy until you hit 3. Definitely a smoker. Hand warmer seemed to work good. Brakes working. Yeah, I mean, it is kind of what it is. I really can't run it around the yard as there's absolutely no snow. But I would if I could. I'm sure it'd run good. He said he drove it home after the crash, and the kid who was riding it at the time drove it for a couple hours after he did that, so technically should ride. Yeah, you can see just how off that hood is, just not sitting on there at all. But anyway, good enough. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments. I personally don't know a whole lot about these 97s. They're a pretty decent sled from my understanding, especially the 580s. I think the 580s were a pretty underrated motor. I think the problem with them was the tub chassis. They just didn't do as good as the Wedge Polaris as far as performance. If the 580 was in a Polaris, that would have been one hell of a sled. They were reliable and they were pretty powerful, but they just never got the handling they deserved. But other than that, I guess have a good day.